As an artist or producer, would you rather your song sound like this? Or like this? Do you want to know how I got that result? Let's jump into it. So I'm a Christian singer-songwriter, but I'm also a producer. Produce all my own music, and I'm starting to produce for other artists as well, which is really fun, getting to know people, working on their projects. Typically, I'll produce a whole song. This time was really interesting because this artist reached out to me. She had started producing herself. She was learning how, learning the ropes, but she just couldn't get that professional sound. She got the recordings down. She did a great job on actually tracking vocals and things like that, but she couldn't get that professional sound. So that's where I stepped in. I'm like, I think I know what we can do. I'm just going to dive into Logic really quick here and show you what I did. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible just because, it needs to be interesting, but not boring. And for most people that watch this channel regularly, you know that I'm a Christian singer-songwriter. I'm usually uploading actual music videos, covers, music, things like that, podcasts, talking head videos about God, the church, problems in the world, things like that. But I've also released a few videos like this that maybe I should have put on a different channel, but we'll keep it for this one for now. Let's put the glasses on, headphones. Let's jump into it. Okay, so you heard the contrast at the beginning. I'm just going to jump in really quick, show you what I did. I'm going to jump ahead to the bridge where there's a drop, and I'm going to show you her drop. Just give me about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then I'll show you my drop. Here we go. So, how do we go from that mono, and it's stereo, she has left and right going on, but there's a whole lot of something happening that is making it sound small, making it sound like everything's kind of going up the middle, and what is happening there? So let's jump in to here and see. Like I said, she recorded her vocals amazingly, even without all the processing I added. We can go through that in a second, but never gonna let me go. They're clean. They're at a good level that I can work with. I jumped into Melodyne. I did some tuning. I EQ'd a little bit. I notched a little higher probably than I should have there, but there's no set in stone numbers for anything. If you guys are just learning how to produce, train your ears to know what good music sounds like, not what numbers say. CLA vocals by Waves is like a godsend. It kind of brings you about 30% of the way where you want to go, and you can adjust all these knobs as well. But and I do. These are all custom. I use the preset, but then I adjusted to taste. Never gonna let me go. Add a compressor in there. I use Little Altar Boy by Sound Toys, and it gives you that drive sound if you hear it before and after. Never gonna let me go. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Then we have the decapacitor. Again, give you some saturation, a little bit of coloring, and then 2 compressors. And the secret sauce for a beautiful worship song is some ROM reverb by Native Instruments. I love my ROM. Hear how it just rings out. I mean, you can make that go all day. Never gonna let me go. You wouldn't want to, but then I EQ'd. There was a ringing from all of the processing I'd added already, so I notched that out. Let's hear it just for fun. Let's see what that ringing was. Where are we here? You can even hear it. Never gonna let me go. Just kind of clears it all out. And I have a gain. Anyone wanting to know, I just put gain on so I can automate without mixing with the actual volume because you can't automate. And then I have automation of reverb there as well. So some cool stuff. I did a lot of the same processing, not all of the extras, but just the CLA vocals on the harmonies, I believe. Yes, I did. I used Waves Tune to tune the vocals. I'm crazy about those low formant vocals. It just kind of opens everything up. It's like magical spacemen talking over you somewhere. Anyway, that's weird. What else do we have here? She sent me some synth tracks. Her drums were... She admitted she's not a drummer. And I have full respect for people that admit that they can't do something. So that's awesome. She sent me some great piano tracks that she did. It's cutting a little bit there, but there we go. There's some waves in the background, which artists are amazing. The creativity is fantastic. Now, when it came to guitars, this is kind of where her downfall was, I found. She used some guitar plugins that didn't sound too bad, but just wasn't doing the job that it was supposed to do. Now, what did I do?
My friend Bob and I have a gift for you. I actually wrote a song the world will never hear. Maybe you're driving home from work and it's getting dark out and it feels like that darkness is just closing in around you. Now imagine yourself in that same situation, feeling lost, the darkness is closing in, you're alone, and you just click on the first song that's in your playlist. And the lyrics, I need you now, I'm not looking for a temporary high, it doesn't fix what's burning on the inside. So, if you want to hear this song that the world is never going to hear, unless you accept this free gift from me, then just click the link in the description below. The song is yours. I hope you enjoy it. God bless. Back to the video.
So remember, hers sounded... You can hear that guitar, right? I started by adding acoustic guitar. Now, I put a lot of processing on it, just to give it that worshipy, washed in reverb. Worship music has been really following after. The big change on this song came when I added the drums. And drums were my first instrument, so... And yes, I actually played these on my electric kit over there, and I used... What did I use? I used Easy Drummer 3 as my... I use those as triggers, and I used a few different settings of drums. I smashed one of my... So I laid a track. I always double that track and I smash it with compressor. If you just listen to the smash version, it's kind of garbagey sounding. And then I added another drum set with a different preset to it. And then I like to always like add a weird snare, kind of like a scooped sounding snare, but it gives you that thick worship that thick worship drum sound. So if you just listen to the drums, let's go. Some cymbal swells, we can get the, you'll hear those anyway. I added bass, and I'm using Guitar Rig, big Guitar Rig fan. Worship guitar, what did I do here? Now I kept that up the center. It's got a lot of processing on it. Guitar Rig as well. A lot of ROM reverbs, some delay, some slight delay, compressor of course. And rhythm guitars. I'm a big rhythm guitar guy. Now you'll see I actually have Melodyne on my tracks here, and that's just to make sure my tunings are perfect. Especially when I'm doing those like alternate picking things. If one string is off, even if you've tuned your guitar 1,000 times that day, you'll hear it. I have Guitar Rig, I'm running through that, just the the basic Chicago preset. Now, if you guys know who Josh Baldwin is, the song You Deserve It All is what tipped me off to this, and I love it. It's probably been around before that, obviously. I know it has, but worship music really adapted it in like 2018, 2019. Slide guitar. If you hear that, Dang, that's good. I added a sub bass. Might not hear that. And a pad that is just like a stock pad. I messed around with the settings a little bit on Alchemy. Just Logic. Some big echo drums. I'll have to just unmute that really quick. And that's just in the first chorus. First bridge, or verse, actually. Pre-chorus. Now, this big drop here. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I just wanted to show that you can actually do some pretty cool things with like a basic sounding song. You can make that thing sound 100 times better. And I'm really glad, Amanda, that you approached me with this song, because the song deserves to sound big, because the writing is really good on this song. I don't say that about all songs, but the writing is amazing on this song, and I'm really glad that you wanted to put the time and money and effort into it. It's kind of become a passion of mine too. I'm seeing a lot of like mediocre Christian songs being released, and it kind of breaks my heart, because the message behind Christian songs, we have the best message in the world, right? Jesus came to this earth. He died for our sins, and you can live a life of freedom and acceptance from the God of the universe. Yet we like to make crappy music sometimes, and I'm just glad that people like Amanda are like, they push past that boundary and they're worshiping God with authentic music that they wrote, but they want to put the time and effort into it. That's what I strive for as an artist. I hope you hear that in my music. And if you're a Christian artist, I pray that you strive to have the best sounding music. We need to have the best sounding music as Christian artists. We have the best message. Why not have the best music? That's my spiel. I'll let it go. And shameless plug, if you want to work with me, there is some information in the description below. We can make a song that you wrote that maybe sounds a little basic to you. We can make it sound amazing. I would love to work with you, so hit me up. If not, enjoy this video. Just enjoy this video, and if you're learning how to produce, you just look at what I'm doing here, and you should be able to eventually get there with some help and a lot of practice. A lot of practice. It takes years, but you need to start. All right, so I'm going to give you the before and after. And if this video has been helpful, hit the like button. Also, if you have any questions, guys, just hit them in the comments below, and I will get back to you. I promise you I will. All right, before and after. Here we go. This is going to be, let's move it back a little bit. It's going to be about 15 seconds. So you actually, before we go anywhere, you can see that from right here, from here down, that's all the instruments I added that were not there before, other than the drums. Okay, so this is her original recording, and then I'm going to throw mine in there, and then we'll contrast them back and forth. Okay, here we go. Okay. We'll jump in. So going back and forth now, I'm just going to adjust that. Let's do this. So you can hear a huge contrast, like just going between them. Let's just do that. That's where you want to take your music. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Hit the subscribe button if you're interested in things like this. If you're interested in Christian music, check out my music video. I just released a music video called The God Who Sees Me. I had an amazing cast of actors. I had an amazing band. I had John Waller on the song with me, who is an awesome artist from the States. You might know him from his song While I'm Waiting. And my wife was my videographer. So that's amazing. It was a great day. We ate pizza, had lots of fun. Anyway, check out the music video. God bless.